author of A Hungry, Hungry Caterpillar. So first we're going to talk about the styles that were used and the pictures for the book. There's a lot of tissue paper and painted colors on top of the tissue paper, and it gave it a different texture and feel to the whole book. So I'm going to show you a PowerPoint with the Hungry, Hungry Caterpillar. And it has, like you can see, the different overlapping colors and forms and everything. We're going to go ahead and read through it real quick. So, in the light of the moon, a little egg lay on a leaf. One Sunday morning, the warm sun came up, and pop! Out of the egg came a tiny, very hungry caterpillar. He started to look for some food. On Monday, he ate through one apple, but he was still hungry. On Tuesday, he ate through 2 pears, but he was still hungry. On Wednesday, he ate through 3 plums, but he was still hungry. On Thursday, he ate through 4 strawberries, but he was still hungry. On Friday, he ate through 5 oranges, but he was still hungry. On Saturday, he ate through. That night, his stomach had a stomach ache. The next day was Sunday again. The caterpillar ate through 1 nice green leaf, and after that, he felt much better. Now he wasn't hungry anymore, and he wasn't a little caterpillar anymore. He was a big, fat caterpillar. He built a small house called a cocoon around himself. He stayed inside for more than 2 weeks. Then he nibbled a hole in the cocoon, pushed his way out. He was a beautiful butterfly. Right? So you got an idea of the storyline and everything, and you can just brainstorm and decide what would happen next with the monarch butterfly that we have there. So basically what you're going to do is do some sketches, and an idea I had was just to have a picture of the globe, and then have lines that go around, and then have the butterfly. So what we're going to do is we're going to make all these shapes and the lines and everything out of the tissue paper that we have, but we're going to paint them first with some of the paints that we have here. So I'll just show you a little bit, like we'll just make the butterfly real quick. And we're going to try to use some of these brown colors. We're going to try to make some secondary color choices here. Remember, the primary are the red, yellow, and blue. Secondary are green, purple, and orange. So just make sure you have some of the secondary colors. And once again, that's the orange, purple, and green. So make sure you have at least a couple of those in your work. That shouldn't be too hard with the natural theme and the caterpillar and the butterfly. So basically, you can cut out shapes with the tissue paper. This is going to be his little head. It doesn't have to be perfect. And you can overlap colors and shapes. It's a little big. There's his little head. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to have my scratch paper over here. I'm going to take my paintbrush, pick up a little bit of water, and let's see what color should his head be. Maybe like a brown. And just paint on over your tissue paper, and it's going to add some nice depth using the paint and the tissue paper, because the tissue paper is all wrinkled. So those wrinkles will show through. And you can also overlap colors really nicely too. So you're going to have this dry off. Glue that on to where your little guy's head is. And you're just going to go around your whole image. You can draw with pencil or you can go right for it and just do shapes. It's up to you. Just like try to think of what you're going to do before you start. And if you need, just let me know. So next I would go on to the body. And maybe I would do that with like a nice yellow. So maybe the butterfly would all be in yellows, but maybe the earth would be in green. And that's a nice analogous color scheme right there because they're side by side on the color wheel. Or you can think about complementary. So you could have like a red butterfly with a green earth, and those two would really pop against each other. All right? So we're going to start cutting out our shapes with our tissue paper. We're just going to make a little collage. And before we start, I'm just going to show you what collages look like, just so you have an idea about what a finished collage looks like. Here you go. See how like all the colors are overlapping. Ours won't be as technical as these, obviously. They're going to be more childlike and more like the book that I showed you. All right, so now we're going to work on that for a little while.